because his co-star Odessa was upset with him after they've been hooking up.
He was amazing. He's Timothée, he's just as incredible in watching in real life and doing scenes with as he is watching in a movie in the final product.
Kylie Jenner exposing Timothée Chalamet shocking on an affair with Odessa A'Zion was not something I expected to be dealing with today. But once you actually line up the blind items, the timelines, and the way that everything suddenly started moving weird, yeah, something is off. Because this is not just random internet chatter or people being bored online. This is patterns stacking up. This is events being skipped for no clear reason. This is Kylie quietly pulling back while Timothée is out here doing full Hollywood heartthrob on red carpets, standing next to the same co-star that everyone keeps whispering about. And before anyone jumps in with a relax, they're actors, or that's just promo pause because this goes way past movie chemistry and cute interviews.
That was my first date too, though. I was really nervous because we just went right away. I was like, "Are we gonna block?" And you're like, "No blocking." I'm like, "Okay."
Timothée Chalamet is everywhere right now. Awards buzz, Oscar talk, Marty Supreme being treated like serious cinema, the industry acting like he can do no wrong and nobody is allowed to question him. And Kylie, she is barely in the picture. Outside of that Marty Supreme premiere in Los Angeles back on December 8th, 2025, when they showed up matching in those bold orange chrome hearts looks tied to the ping pong theme, she's been noticeably absent. Now, people close to them say that space isn't accidental because Kylie has been trying to act unbothered, but she knows exactly who she's dating. Timothée is charming.
Tell me about working with Timothée. How did this been for you?
I mean, you see it in his work. He's so good, and I think that people enjoy watching him for a reason. He's got like the pull, and he could really like pull your attention in. And working with him, it was exactly the same thing. He's such a great scene partner. He's so good with improv. Yeah, I think that he's like a young legend.
I think your chemistry guys was amazing.
Oh my God. I think that we had good chemistry, thank God, because you could fake chemistry on camera, but it's just a lot harder. And yeah, it was really an incredible experience, and he was a great partner, and Josh was an amazing partner, and
he's constantly hyped up and women throw themselves at him nonstop. That's not jealousy. That's just knowing the environment. And from what's been floating around, her biggest worry was never random fans. It's always the co-stars. So, what does Kylie do? She watches quietly. Now, don't be shocked if her people just so happen to show up at events, too. Not to cause a scene, not to make it obvious, but just to see how he's moving when she's not there. Now, this is the part where it starts feeling awkward because Kylie's sisters have not been feeling Timothée for a while now, and it really went downhill after he skipped Chris's big milestone birthday. That didn't come off like, oh, he was busy. It came off like he just didn't show up. And in that family, yeah, that matters. And from what's been floating around, the sisters have been pulling Kylie aside like, look, please stop acting like you don't see what's happening because from the outside, this relationship has been looking off for longer than she probably wants to admit. Which is exactly where Odessa A'Zion comes in. Because, I'm sorry, nobody just pops up in Hollywood like that. Odessa didn't just come out of nowhere. She was placed there very carefully, too. Marty Supreme, Louisiana, premieres, press, all lined up a little too neatly. And before we even get into the cheating talk, we have to talk about the blind items because they've been getting weirdly specific lately, like almost too specific. And Timothée feels like the obvious person they're hinting at. One blind talked about a meme actor skipping an event for his own movie because the co-star he hooks up with was upset with him. And the second that dropped, people didn't have to think too hard about who that could be because suddenly Timothée missing appearances didn't look so innocent anymore. Then another blind from November 2024 came out saying that same meme actor got turned down by a co-star and then started making her life miserable. What's interesting though is that publicly Odessa has never had a bad thing to say about Timothée. Every interview it's praise. She talks about how much she respects him and how he really understood the assignment, how they pushed each other on set, how their energy just worked.
He was amazing. He's Timothy, you know, he's just as incredible in watching in real life and doing scenes with as he is watching in a movie and the final product.
And I'm not saying that it's fake, but people don't usually talk like that unless there's something a little deeper going on. And then there was that moment where she casually mentioned meeting him for dinner in New York before filming even started. Just slipped it in there like it was nothing. That's very much giving let's feel each other out before this really begins. And on its own, sure, that's not scandalous. Actors meet, people talk, that happens. But when you stack it on top of the blinds and Kylie already feeling uneasy, suddenly it doesn't feel so innocent anymore.
We met at a diner in New York before we started filming because I came for a fitting while I was doing Until Dawn still. And so we just like went to the diner to say hi with him and Josh, and I was just excited to be there.
This is where her dating history suddenly starts to matter a lot more, because once you step back and really look at it, there's a pretty clear pattern there, and it's not random at all. Odessa tends to get involved with people who already have names, visibility, and serious industry pull. She dated Jaden Smith for years, and
Odessa's chemistry. Yeah, me told you, a personal reading allegedly for entertainment purposes only. Cancer Mars, Cancer Moon is usually an indicator of physical attraction. Could it possibly be that they hooked up? Yes, it could. Libra, Venus, Gemini, Venus both love to talk and to gossip. Great for intellectual compatibility, great for being friends. A little bit worried for Odessa because she has this Moon-Mars opposition that talks about aggression and sporadic behavior. So it's possible that she can do something that can harm her, being involved in a public conflict or something like that. Capricorn, Moon, Cancer, Moon. She can think that he's like too emotional and too sensitive. Cancer Mercury, Scorpio Mercury, they can have a really deep conversations like about their traumas and fears. They can be very close mentally. I don't see any love vibes here. Maximum what I see, friends with benefits, but most.
that relationship was very public, very affectionate, always popping up together, always being photographed. Then out of nowhere, it was over. Officially, they said it was about focusing on their careers, but unofficially, Jaden was later spotted making out with another woman at Coachella, and the timing of that didn't exactly make things look clean.
Don't let other people get in your way so much. Don't let your life be controlled. Because I fully, I think, let go of my life for a really long time. Because I was so dependent on this other person. I was dependent on my boyfriend at the time. Yeah. So because of that, I was literally with him 24/7. That I wasn't focusing on what I wanted to do, which is like so annoying. So I would say don't fucking date anyone, though. But me and him are still like really good friends, and
that's good.
Love each other very much.
Then you've got the Dylan O'Brien rumors from around 2019 that Reddit still argues about to this day. The timeline is messy. Nothing was ever confirmed, but her name keeps coming up in those conversations anyway, which just adds to the overall picture. Then there's Billie Eilish. Yes, that Billie Eilish. Back in November 2023, Billie posted a video of herself and Odessa making out. It stayed up long enough for everyone to see it, and the knit was deleted almost immediately. This happened right after Billie had publicly talked about being attracted to women. So, of course, the internet went into full meltdown mode. And then, just like that, silence. Same pattern, different name.
Reflections of whatever the
Hi, bitch. I want my foot back! I want my foot back! Get in it! No! Put her foot in it! No!
That detail makes everything feel worse once you remember what she openly shared about working with Timothee on Marty Supreme. She talked about how during the toughest scenes, the moments where she felt awkward or uncomfortable, he was right there with her between takes, holding her hand the entire time. Now, sit with that for a second. Yes, that is kind. Yes, it is supportive. No one is denying that. But it's also very intimate in a way that crosses into blurry territory. Especially when your girlfriend is already worried about you getting too close to co-stars, already watching from a distance, and already feeling pushed to the sidelines. Okay, now speaking of co-stars, because this is where it gets even messier. Odessa wouldn't even be the only person Kylie is watching closely, because apparently Kylie already had a huge issue after Timothee filmed Marty Supreme scenes with Gwyneth Paltrow. Yes, that Gwyneth. And before anyone says, it's just acting. Wait, because Gwyneth did not help the situation at all. She went on record joking about the intimacy coordinator, saying they basically told them to step back, laughing about how they didn't need to do all that, and talking about the scenes like it was no big deal at all. And allegedly, Kylie was livid. Sources say she hates Timothee doing intimate scenes in general, but hearing someone else casually spell details publicly was the final straw. That reportedly turned into full arguments behind the scenes. Not cute disagreements either, but real tension, with Kylie pushing hard for boundaries going forward. Like explicit scenes off the table, at least if she has anything to say about it. So when you zoom out and look at everything together, the blinds, the skipped events, Odessa, the hand-holding, and now this Gwyneth situation, it stops feeling like random drama and starts feeling like Kylie reacting to patterns that she's seen play out before. Once you get to that point, the question almost asks itself, did something actually happen on that set? Or did Kylie notice signs early and quietly pull back before it turned into a full public mess? Look at how nobody's rushing to shut it down. No one jumping in to clear the air. No quick denials, just distance, missed appearances, and everyone moving carefully, like they're trying to not set something off. And when the reaction is this quiet, this careful, it makes you wonder if Kylie already said everything she needed to without ever going public. Because if nothing crossed a line, why does it feel like one already did? Subscribe and press bell icon to get notifications and celebrity updates at Trending Stories.